But we look around at the world and we say, this world is so amazing. It screams to us. You know, the nose is on top of the mouth. The nose could have been anywhere. The very fact that it's on top of the mouth tells you that whoever created our face, whoever created us, did it with a purpose. If the nose is on top of the mouth, then we're able to smell the fragrance of the food, the aroma, before we eat it, which gets our salivary glands cooking, begins to get the digestive system moving. Do you know the nose can smell 1 part in 6 million? 1 part in 6 million? Little part of smoke in 6 million? Fire. I'm smelling fire coming from there. Smelling? No, I think it's coming from there. It's fascinating. Not only that, did you ever drink milk? You're about to drink a cup and it was rancid and spoiled, like sour. You go like this, oh, this gut, right? Your nose protected you. It's the gatekeeper of the mouth to make sure that you don't put into your mouth something that can harm you. You know your tongue? It has the ability to taste many different tastes, depending which side of the tongue. And there are reasons why each part of the tongue is able to taste in a different way. You know your eyebrows? Among the many reasons that we have them, when we run and we sweat, if we didn't have eyebrows, it would drip right into our eyes and it would blind us. So if we had to run or we had to do hard work, within a few minutes we wouldn't be able to see. Instead we have eyebrows, and the water, the sweat goes into the eyebrows and it's traced along the side of our face, keeping it out of the way of the eyes. Do you know that there are over 21 chemicals every time you blink that bathe the eye? 21. And you don't even realize that you're blinking because you blink so quickly in a blink. And you know what's amazing about that? Since seeing is so critical, when we drive 65 miles an hour, we're going very fast. And if we have to go through a long process, time to clean the eyes. Crash. Baseball, time to clean the eyes. Boing, you know. Right? It would not be acceptable. So instead, Hashem allows us to bathe our eyes incrementally with 21 different chemicals that protect the eye. There's so much. So, whenever you begin to feel, I'm not sure, I hear naysayers, just think about your ears. Just think about your ears. My son played me something that he downloaded called Virtual Barbershop. Has anyone ever heard of that? You heard of it? Very, very worthwhile. You get downloaded, called the Virtual Barbershop, and you're supposed to listen to it with earphones, with your eyes closed. And you listen to it, and you literally feel like you're getting a haircut. It is the weirdest. What? Yeah, it's a guy. Okay, and you hear the barber coming, and you hear him wheeling his chair, and they did it in such an astonishing way that you got to hear it. It'll freak you out, and you see the power of the ear, right? But not only that, but ready, everyone, close your eyes. Close your eyes. We're doing an exercise. Close your eyes. Okay, just point where my snap is coming from. Stop, put your hands down. Point, keep your eyes closed. Point where the snap is coming from. That's right. Stop. One more time. Point where it's coming from. Excellent. Do you know how important that is? You could open your eyes. You know how important that is when you're driving or when you're crossing the street and you're not sure where a car is coming from? You know how important it is, how many lives are saved? Or if a child is lost in the woods or in the grocery store? Where are you? It's coming from there. And you know how you're able to hear? You know, Bose, you know, the radio. they created something called the wave radio. I owned it. What is wave radio? It essentially allows sound to be magnified using waves. Well, guess who created the first Bose wave radio? This is a Bose wave radio. These little curves are not to make it look like a cherry Danish. That's not the point. They're really here to pick up different sounds. And inside is a tiny little hammer, and it allows me to, right? It allows me to balance so that I don't topple over. I know which way is up and which way is down. Oh, but you know what's really cool about the ears? I would think that in order for the ears to hear here or here, they'd have to be out, which would make it a big pain in the neck when I went to sleep on my side. So instead, Hashem makes it nice and cozy, so when I'm sleeping, oh, that's sweet. And now it's out, and it's able to hear it's just bent just enough to pick up the sound, but it's still tucked in enough to not be sticking out, allow me to fall asleep. And the hair, of course, protects my head until I get older, and I don't fall on my head so much, and then I could get bald. And little children have baby teeth. You know why? Because they nurse. And when a child nurses, very often they fall asleep while they're nursing, and the sugar of the milk sits on the teeth, and it rots the teeth. So could you imagine if we only had one set of teeth? By the age of 10, we'd all look like old men and old women. No more teeth. So instead, Hashem gives us training wheel teeth. And our faces grow bigger, so we have these new set of teeth. And you know, teeth get the hardest workout, right? It's a bite all the time, and the pressure per square inch is enormous when you bite. And therefore, when you bite all your life, you're biting and biting and biting. It's terrifying how much pressure is on these teeth. So we have something called enamel. You hear about it in toothpaste commercials. Enamel, protect your enamel. Anyone here work in a dentist office? Always one person. I knew it was you. Right? Oh, you also do? Right? So I'm sure you can tell everyone over here that enamel is harder than diamond. The enamel that Hashem made, it's clear, you don't see it, but enamel is harder than diamond, the hardest substance known to man. There's enamel, and it's right there in your mouth, in your teeth. Designer world, again and again. I once had a student who became religious, and I said, what was it? Which one of my talks? Which was the Shabbos? I was joking with him. He's a rabbi. I love you very much, but it had nothing to do with you. I said, oh, okay, I can live with that. But what was it? He said, I'll tell you what it was. I was in medical school, and we spent a semester learning about blood. That did it for me. I said, blood? Blood is red. He says, Rabbi, learn about blood. Learn about T cells. Learn about white blood cells and red blood cells. Learn about what it's able to do and carry the vitamins and take away the waste and into the lungs and out through the heart. And learn about blood, and you will come to believe in the Almighty. Did evolution make blood in every animal? Not in a trillion years. Forget a billion years. Forget even less. Forget it. We live in a designer world.